Thank you for joining. I'm really glad to connect again with you to provide another update on tZERO's progress since our strategic reset from a few weeks ago. Last time we spoke, I indicated that this week we're going to provide you with specific objectives we have set for ourselves through the end of this year. We spent the last couple of weeks articulating our strategic vision, values, and our strategic priorities. Strategy without specific objectives is philosophy, as I mentioned, and that's inconsistent with our focus on speed and results, along with transparency, which of course this is a part of. So I'll describe to you the goals that we've set ourselves through the end of the year that tie in with the strategic objectives. The goals might be too ambitious or not ambitious enough, but we feel that there is a lot of activity planned across the different areas of our strategic focus to reorient, shape, and drive tZERO towards where it needs to be, and that is the leading infrastructure provider for digital assets in a global multi-asset world that we are developing. So with that, I'll start. When we spoke, we talked about tZERO's strategic priorities around partnerships and ecosystem. As I mentioned, no one can do it alone. Our focus is to have best-of-breed partners across a number of areas of focus that I touched on before, and I'll get to in a second. Grow supply and demand and liquidity on our regulated marketplace. We think is the leading end-to-end broker-dealer platform for tokenized securities in the US. That includes not just primary issuance, not just secondary issues, but custody as well, multi-asset platform, and transparency and growth. So with these strategic priorities, what are our specific objectives through the end of the year? Under partnerships and ecosystem, and we talked about partnerships and ecosystem activities really hitting on 6 areas: supply, demand and liquidity, building global rails, DeFi and crypto, institutional connective tissue, and public markets. To take them one at a time, under supply, our objective is to continue the work that we've already began and have 5 to 7 supply partnerships by the end of the year, with each of these then contributing to the flywheel that feeds our marketplace on the primary side or the secondary side. On the demand and liquidity, our goal is to have 2 to 3 demand liquidity partnerships by the end of the year. As I mentioned, you cannot develop infrastructure. You can't roll out products without deliberately working on demand and liquidity at the same time. This idea that native demand is going to develop on the if you build it, they will come approach is not consistent with the kind of marketplace that we want to develop. So the idea is to work with partners, other broker-dealers, who want to take advantage of our leading infrastructure with tokenized securities, including custody, that they may not be able to offer in this current environment. Registered investment advisors, global digital asset firms that are looking to enter the United States or enter the multi-asset ecosystem and want to have access to our infrastructure, and with them bring their global user base. US and non-US financial firms, particularly non-US financial firms that are looking to capture our capabilities in the US. Each of these is a vector to feed supply, demand, and liquidity. And of course, alongside of it would be conversations with professional liquidity providers, whether they're market makers or different types of liquidity providers who will, of course, need the native demand on the platform to grow at the same time for them to do their jobs effectively. So again, we're looking for 2 to 3 demand and liquidity partnerships through the end of the year. Global follow this on rails. We talked about how digital assets really are meant to be 24/7 and global. I'll get to the 24/7 piece in a little bit. The global part, we, again, have the leading footprint from a securities infrastructure in the US for tokenized assets, but smoothing out cross-border frictions is important. countries are still going to have different regimes, different laws, no matter what kind of convergence initiatives people talk about. The best way to smooth it out and to even out the frictions for cross-border capital raising and cross-border capital trading is to combine our U.S. footprint with best-of-breed global partners on the infrastructure side. And we believe the right way to do that initially is through partnerships, although those conversations and those relationships, as they work well, can take a different shape. And by the end of the year, we look forward to having 1 to 2 global Rails partners. Under DeFi and crypto, we look forward to entering into paywall and crypto trading infrastructure provider partnership. As I mentioned before, and I'll talk about in a second, a multi-asset platform is critical. Not only are we looking to geographic convergence, and Follow the Sun Rails is a part of that, but we're also looking to asset convergence and being able to offer a platform to our partners that can support a multi-asset experience is important. You can't ignore crypto for that. So we're looking to forward to entering into a partnership that can support our crypto paywall, so using crypto to fund brokerage accounts, and crypto trading, part of multi-asset environment platform. But we're also looking to announce 2 to 3 collaborations with layer 1, layer 2 wallet and wrapper providers. As I talked about before, having a true cross-chain footprint that allows us to feed our supply flywheel in our marketplace with issuers with specific tokenization preferences, as well as other important aspects of becoming more closely integrated with layer 1, 2 wallet and wrapper providers is important to us strategically and financially. And lastly, we'll provide an update on tZERO chain architecture and build alongside of this partnership approach to other operators in the DeFi and crypto ecosystem. We're also looking forward to continuing to grow our technology for the reasons I discussed before, including diversifying our reliance on regulated infrastructure to be more technology reliant, particularly as technology becomes more self-regulating. It's a way for us to become more global, and other factors that we've talked about. So under institutional connective tissue, a couple of things. Link, our security-based stablecoin alternative, coupled with a real-time settlement platform, launched earlier this summer and is continuing to onboard critical customers and ramp up. We look forward to facilitating its onboarding and accelerating its growth through a new information and onboarding portal that's going to help that team to gain customer acquisition and onboarding velocity. That's important as part of institutional connective tissue and related to the demand and liquidity point I made before. We're looking forward to 2 to 3 correspondent clearing partners, again, broker dealers who want to use our custody and other digital asset footprints that are unique, as well as 2 to 3 subscribers to our ATS that again are going to help to bring existing more customer demand to our platform. And lastly, some folks know part of our family is a leading investor accreditation business called Verify Investor. We're proud of the place that it has in marketplace and how it complements our primary and secondary infrastructure services and the technology that's behind that product. But I think it could be more in line with our digital-first strategy. And we look forward to launching a tokenized investor accreditation passport this coming few months. And lastly, in the public market space, I've talked about before, this ideation about public markets tokenization that tZERO was founded on has turned into product reality. And so we look forward to announcing a tokenized public equity product this quarter from a marketplace and a trading perspective, but we also look forward to announcing a partnership to develop other blockchain-enabled solution for public markets, particularly addressing the infrastructure piece of it around corporate actions and other processes that, to date are very open for efficiencies that blockchain technology can bring to it. Under the multi-asset part of our strategy, as I mentioned, we're going to be launching a crypto paywall to enable investors to fund their accounts at tZERO with a range of non-security digital assets, including major cryptocurrencies and stable coins. As part of a multi-asset experience, we will announce a timeline for crypto trading and us bringing it back for it. Again, the regulatory profile is changing, and we're in the background preparing on how we can use our broker-dealer footprint as well as our upcoming CFTC entities that I talked about before to support crypto trading, depending on how market reform unfolds. But in the meantime, we'll be, as I mentioned, partnering with existing providers to replace some of the licensing capabilities that we had in the past to support crypto trading. As part of that, and to support a multi-asset environment, we'll be announcing new primary and secondary trading interface. Along with that, we're also going to be announcing a native app interface as well, and the timeline for that. That is, again, critical to the infrastructure that we provide to our customers and our partners in a true multi-asset environment that requires a native app experience for a digitally native customer base. Two other things in the multi-asset platform. One is we'll be putting functionality in place to support public and other over-the-counter securities to facilitate multi-asset platform, and also to facilitate some of the ideas around tokenizing public equities products. And lastly, I talked about the global footprint for digital assets. They're also, of course, supposed to be 24/7. And as we move towards 24/7 trading, we'll be implementing extended hours for order entry and execution on the tZERO platform. That, again, is part of the overall infrastructure value proposition that we offer to our customers and our partners. Supply and demand and liquidity coming out of the partnership initiatives and our other organic efforts. We look forward to onboarding 3 to 5 new assets onto the primary, secondary, and the newly announced auction facility, with more to come as they're feeding from the partnerships that we put in place. And under transparency and growth, a couple of things. We are going to be launching a new corporate website this quarter. I'm hoping as soon as we can, but certainly shortly after Thanksgiving. We'll continue to put out 1 to 2 significant weekly announcements to demonstrate our commitment to velocity of innovation and delivering results and transparency. We'll continue to publish regular market updates such as this one to, again, support transparency with our investors, including tZERO investors, with our other stakeholders, and with potential partners who depend on this level of connectivity alongside with our bilateral initiatives. And lastly, we'll be driving visibility in industry events and policy engagement activities, and we'll look forward to participate to 2 to 3 industry events per month to, again, drive visibility and to grab mind share and to reclaim our position as a thought leader in the space. Again, all of this is against the background of us continuing to evaluate how best to drive our growth from our footprint as a private or a public company and what best achieves those goals. So thank you. I look forward to continuing to update you as we hold ourselves accountable to these goals for the next several months. Until we speak again, thank you.